I'm your host, Vinny Berry. You're listening to the Wrestleville podcast, part of the Fans First Sports Network, where you can find this episode and all our other episodes where you snag your downloads or at Wrestleville.com. And if you listen to us on Spotify and iTunes, please give us likes and reviews. All that good stuff goes a long, long way. My guest today is a return guest and a very cool person, Nahir Robles. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Very excited to be back here.
Yes. Oh, and you have
Even my dog wanted to say hi. She's a little
Yeah.
boy. She's here.
What's your dog's name?
Annabelle.
Oh, Annabelle. Hi, Annabelle. Yeah.
She's being so cute today. Yeah.
Yeah. So how you doing? You doing all right?
I'm good. A lot of traveling, but I'm good.
Right, right. Okay, so for my listener that might be discovering you for the first time, you live on the island of Puerto Rico, right?
I do.
And all your life, right?
All my life. Born and raised here.
And let's see, your wrestling career, how many you're what, 3 years in?
I mean, it's always been like a battle to say the exact like time because my wrestling debut was August 28th, 2022. Like I personally don't consider it my like wrestling debut, but like on the books it is because it was a gauntlet and then there was a rumble like 4 months later. So I usually just say like, even though like online it says it was, I think the debut was January 2023 because that's when I actually had like a legitimate match.
Okay. Okay. And you well the last couple years that you've been wrestling, you've predominantly been wrestling in the United States, right? The
I have.
right. The continental United States. Let's
Yes.
let's let's call it that, right? Okay, so um what's that like? Because you work and then you travel and I mean shows are on Friday, Saturday and Sunday mostly, right?
Mostly yes.
So how do you juggle a schedule like that? And I mean, are you leaving early on Friday or what's going on?
So usually like depending on whether I wrestle Friday or not, I leave Sunday night because of my fear of like, because it's happened before. Like I've had flights get delayed or canceled. So I rather leave the day before, like at night, just to make sure that I'm not in Puerto Rico. Like if there's a layover, like I'd rather have the layover in the States than home because if not, I can't make it. Um,
All right, so explain to me. So you have a match on Friday night. When do you take off?
Thursday night.
Oh, Thursday night. Okay. All right. And do you
Because once I had an issue, like back in June, this happened. Like my flight was on Friday, like at 6 a.m. And no, I'm like 8 a.m. and it kept getting delayed. Like I got to the airport mad early. And then once I got there, it says, no, it is now departing at like 2. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to make it on time. So I had to ask for a refund. I had to like ask for like a lot of things just in order for me to change it. And then it was a last minute. I found one at 3. I landed at 3 and I made it to like with such little time left. It was horrible. So I rather just get there the night before, even if it's mat late, but at least I'm, you know, not going crazy. And I'm not scared of like missing the plane.
right, right. Yeah, no, traveling can be stressful for sure, right?
It is.
Especially when you're counting on somebody else to be there and take you.
Mhm.
So, do you try to avoid from taking shows bookings on Friday?
Um, I take what I get. Like I don't mind wrestling shows on Fridays. I just want to wrestle.
Right. Right. And you've really been your workload's pretty consistent. You've been working quite a bit, and so you're probably traveling almost every weekend. I would assume.
I have.
You've been
It's
racking up the flyer miles.
yes. That is an absolute Yes.
So, you know, how do you feel when you look back at the time that you've been wrestling now, and with the progress that you've been making? You were just in the PWI at what, 227? You said,
27, yeah.
and last year you were in too. What was the number last year? I
I
think
was
I know what it
the
is.
last person.
Yeah, you were 250, right?
Yeah.
Well, you squeaked in. That's good. Somebody's watching. That's my question. That's got to make you feel good, right? All the hard work that you're putting in.
It's a weird but good feeling, I remember the first time I got to the PWI, I've had the biggest imposter syndrome at the time. But they acknowledged, they acknowledged the fact that I had, which is why the imposter syndrome was there in the first place. I had, really, notable opponent names. Not like like all my opponents aren't like important. It's just that, they were like, oh, she wrestled I think last 2025 I wrestled Ali, I wrestled Megan Bain, I wrestled Su Young, I wrestled like bigger names, and that was acknowledged, and that was just my imposter syndrome, like, oh shoot, what's going on? Um but like to see the change of who I was last year in comparison to this year as well. Uh, it's been nice. Like, I've seen progress also, which is something I always aspired to have.
Yeah. Well, if people are bringing you in, right? Because you're not just coming in for one show. You usually have a couple of shows lined up on the weekend, right?
Yeah, usually it depends, but it's a lot. Like sometimes I remember, I'll give you an example. July, I had one show in Texas, then I had two in one in Philly, one in New Jersey, and then I came back to the island on Sunday to wrestle on the island too.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Does it get physically taxing sometimes?
It is. My back hurts. My back hurts, and I get these really weird knots, and I've been joking, like my back must have the age of like a 50-year-old at this point. I even bought got a lumbar pillow
Uh huh.
and a cervical pillow. Like, I got into that point in order to like deal like with pain management,
Uh-huh.
which is funny, just in order to accommodate, all the traveling, so my back is not as, hurting as much, nor my neck, nor anything. It's just a way of like just being prevention. It's just prevention for me.
Right,
But
right.
again, the fact that I say, oh, I have a cervical pillow, I'm like, girl, you sound 50.
Well, don't forget to stretch. I started stretching about maybe 2 years ago.
Like, I always stretch. Like, that's
Okay.
always been like a common denominator, but it's always been a joke as well. Like, it still hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and sometimes, like this week, for example, I had a show on Sunday, like in New York, and I left like at 11 p.m. back to Puerto Rico. I got to Puerto Rico at 4, and then I had work at 7.
Oh wow.
So I got here, like I got home like at 4:50, 4:40 ish. I showered. I put like my little lunchbox, and then I took like a mini like 40-minute power nap, which I shouldn't have because I woke up more tired. And then I went to work.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, yeah, I understand. That's got to be exhausting. So, yeah, you don't want to be taking too many days off from the real job, right?
No, that's why I went straight to work. I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's just go to work.
So, but does it feel like you're making progress? Are you making the progress that you want to make? Are you feel like, because to me, and I follow the independent scene. I think I try to follow it pretty closely, and I would think that, wow, I mean, you're one of the people. Well, heck, Wrestleville put you on their top 25 list.
Yes, they did.
Did you listen to that?
I did.
Okay. Okay. So, you know, I would I would think with the activity on social media and all the posters and the events that you're going to, I mean, I think it's gonna make you feel pretty good that people that you are becoming in demand, obviously, or you wouldn't be working, right?
Mhm.
And how's that make you feel?
It's a great feeling. It's just again, it took everything by surprise to me. Um, the way like even my wrestling style changed a little bit this year. I'm seeing a more aggressive version of myself. It's weird. Again, it's weird and it's overwhelming, but in a good way because we're supposed to be agents of constant change. So the fact that I get to see that, like, even though I hate watching my matches, I hate it.
Really?
Like, like even when I want to do like little reels and stuff, I have to watch like a little clip, and I'm like, ugh, I give myself the ick, which is I give myself the ick. I'm like, why? Why did I like? Because I'm very critical of myself.
Oh yeah.
And I'll watch something and then I'll say like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, and it's again, it's just I am my own worst enemy. I guess no, I not guess. I know I am my own worst enemy.
Right,
Oh,
right.
kidding. Um, so again, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot of feelings at once. But I like to think that I must be doing something right if if what I'm doing is working.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously you're figuring it out, and I'm sure it's one of those things that you're learning along the way, right? You know,
Mhm.
I mean, I even in my field, uh, I was maybe a couple years in, few years in, and then someone would say, "Well, you know what I'm talking about, right?" I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" And they're like, "Dude, that's basic photography." I was like, "Oh, okay, wow." You're like, "Whoop, I missed that one."
Guess I fell asleep during that lesson. My bad.
Must have been real tired that day, but we'll figure it out. So, but do you feel like you're learning and things are like wow okay and obviously you got to feel like you're growing, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am feeling the change. I'm feeling like again, my back's also telling me that I'm like trying to perfect my craft. I'm like, oh no, it hurts. Okay. I also have to tell myself like when to slow down just a little bit, not like completely, because I also have to think of long term. Like sometimes I'll be doing like a lot of like what's the word, like consistent like shenanigans. And then I have to be like, yo, slow it down a little bit, like, and then we can go back to shenanigans. I like to what's the right word for this? Like, just even it out, so I can get to do this for the longest time that I can.
Right, right. Wrestling is also about making connections, right? And I'm sure you meet somebody new almost probably every event, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah,
really fun.
and so have you had that opportunity to start meeting people from different companies and maybe have you had the opportunity to wrestle for a company that you thought, wow, I didn't think I'd wrestle for them. Have you had that yet?
Like my last year, that was my imposter syndrome year for sure. That's how I call it whenever I'm in a place that it's not again not like not they're on the serving, but like usually like there's certain places that people know like more. They're more recognized. I go like, oh, imposter syndrome has entered the chat. So that's just how it is for me. But it's nice having that like connection with these new companies that have like maybe a little bit of more like star power sometimes. So it's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to ask you about the ladder match. Yeah, what month was that in? Do you remember?
November 15th.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was very recent. So back in Puerto Rico, there's only been originally there was only one ladder match, but it was a multi-woman ladder match. And it was for a cup. So that was the first ever ladder match one-on-one for a title. Um, I think that speaks volumes to what we're trying to do. Women's wrestling is in its current growth this year. I wrestled no other than Vanilla Vargas for this match, someone who I've always said that it's surprising how they don't talk about her enough. She's the prime example of someone who, even though lived on the island, she had to make her career in Mexico. She lived for a while in Mexico. She trained in Mexico, and then she came back to the island with all this knowledge she had from Mexico, and she made her own wrestling style out of it. And to me, it was an honor to share that match with somebody like her. So it felt like her and I, in a way, we're not the kind of people that here back home they give these important first time evers. Like I know I think that we're the kind of people it's not about we earned it or deserved it or not. It's just it's just the way it is. We're not the kind of people to be that need that get these opportunities. So the fact that we finally had a first time ever a one-on-one, and that was also the first time I ever wrestled her. um it was very important to me. That match was very important to me because it was our time to prove that we belong in wrestling in Puerto Rico, particularly on contrary to popular belief. So that was a very important moment in my career this year.
Yeah, and
Um,
if you would, Nair, please give me a little context because obviously uh there is some kind of would you call it discrimination?
I just think I've always been kind of like the black sheep here. I don't know why. It's a weird sentiment. Like I started training here, and this is where I was I was built here, I was built in Puerto Rico. But even in my own um formation in my own school, I felt like some sort of biased. Um, and instead of trying to get tweak things I knew for the first moment I stepped into a class that I'm not very athletic. I'm very self-aware. I'm a self-aware queen. So um from that moment on, I knew I knew it was gonna be harder for me. And it's not that I wanted someone to hold my hand, neither like that either. But I think I'm also a person that learns hands on. Like there's so much that a training practice can do. I just I needed to get more reps in to get better, and I felt stuck for a really long time here. No one believed in me for a really long time, and then that's when I decided to make a name for myself, and I started coming up to the U.S., particularly the Northeast area. And then when I finally started getting you know traction and more recognition for what I was doing, only a handful of people believed in me. It was my last two trainers who actually wanted me to get better. They saw things that I didn't. One of my favorite matches, even though there was some weird shenanigans on it, was when I wrestled one of my trainers in a tag match last year. And and he and I, we kept it together. like, and I look up to him a lot. Action Jackson has done so much for me as a wrestler. He saw things that no one did, because he also, I think he sees a lot of himself in me, particularly the black sheep comment. And so did Oti Fernandez before he retired from wrestling. Oti was also a person who trained in Mexico for a really long time and never quite really got the flowers that he deserved. So these last two trainers saw this potential that I didn't even really see myself. And oh God, I'm getting a little teary. um they wanted me, like, their last like knowledge to give me was to see that I actually belonged in wrestling. Ooh.
Well, you do belong in wrestling. And I'm really glad that I came across you. I enjoy watching your work. You're a super great person. Yeah, and you know what? You're growing. Just like, that's the whole goal, right?
Yeah.
You're growing. So, yeah, I'm excited for you. Thank you for sharing that story.
Okay.
So, what do you think's in store for you in 2026?
I have no idea what's in store for me. I like to, like, let the year surprise me. There's I always joked about this. There's this phrase in Spanish that, like, whenever the new year starts, people go like, "Oh, 2025 surprise me." And I feel like that's the same way I go into wrestling, like, with that cliche, but I mean it in the most, like, um, naive way of, like, show me, like, what's the path, what's the story you're gonna give me this year. I like to let life dictate in a way, like, where I'm supposed to head, and whenever I see that something's wrong, I manage it. But I like to let things take its course. So, um, next year, yeah, I do have, like, some personal goals. Like I got a little upset, low key. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted to get to like 100 matches per year, but I had some cancellations during the year. And I am not quite making. I get this year to I think it's, because I counted. I think I get to 90
Oh, wow.
because of those cancellations, and it was so it is very, like, personally upsetting, like, because I said to myself, okay, so this year I want you to make it to 20 states and 100 matches. And in December 31st I hit the 22nd state.
Oh, wow.
I do hit that one of those two, but I really wish that would have hit that it's like, I am grateful, like, it's not like I'm not. But, like, that's why I don't like setting myself up, because I tend to criticize myself a lot.
Right.
So I'm like, "Ah."
Well, allow me to share some perspective.
Mhm.
So if you had a goal for 100 matches and you got 90, and you had a goal for 20 states and you got 22, doesn't that kind of even things out?
Yeah, that's what I said to myself, like, chill. I was telling myself, "Take a chill pill," like, you did one, like, you even, like, exceeded one of the other two, like,
Right.
calm down, girl.
And you're in the PWI 250 again.
Yeah, that was, I laughed because I think the first comment that they put was, and I had a picture. Like,
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
same thing. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
So so I remember when I saw it, first of all, like, when I saw the page, I got really excited because, that was the first time that Sammy Chaos was on it, and I love Sammy. And even though, like, I can wrestle Sammy forever. Gabby Porto was also on that list, Vicky Menudo, like, a lot of girls from the Northeast where we were on the same page. So I was very excited for that on its own. And then my dumbass, because that was my dumbass right there, didn't realize I had a freaking big ass picture. I was like, "What?" That was my face. "What?" And then the first sentence that my little bio that they put had was, became a belt collector as of lately. I was like, what? That again, it was just so funny to me. I'm like, what is this?
Did you kind of resent the comment of lately? Because
What would you like again? It just surprised me.
oh yeah.
I was like,
Well,
what?
because I've seen pictures with you holding like multiple belts.
Yeah, I recently lost one, but it was to a student from Warriors. I was their champion for 245 days. Um, I defended the belt in Massachusetts, in New Jersey, and Puerto Rico. Um, I took it. I was in Puerto Rico twice. I took it to Maine. Like I even had a picture with a WoW champion with Nyla Rose. I have a picture in London with the belt, like the two of us holding it. So it was nice. I got to give the title different defenses. Uh, you know, not just in Warriors, just to elevate the belt.
Right.
And Susie was the better girl last Saturday, and I know she has like shoes to fill in, but like don't we all? But I know she's gonna do a great job because it's a legacy that she's carrying. She's their student. She's the one who gets to continue the Warriors story.
Right. Right. So yeah, what have you had any like big matches as far, this year? Why we're talking about the year, and did you have any like I think last year I when I talked to you, you said Sue Young
Yeah.
was your kind of like your wow moment, right?
Yeah, so this year, I think it's the ladder match, when I won the first ever Queen of Maryland. Because it was an insane back to back. I won the Queen of Maryland, and then the next week I won the Wild Belt, and I'm like, what is this? Um, those matches were really important to me. Um, I'm trying to think what like I've had really good ones this year. When the Riot Act, they won with we use a Freeburg rule with us with a tower belt. So we are the current Smash Master Wrestling undisputed tag team champions. And unfortunately Riley's hurt right now. So I stepped in and I defended the belt with Angel Metro in Ohio.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool on its own, like the fact that I wrestled in Ohio with Metro and in a no disqualification match, no less.
Yeah.
That was insane to me. Again, just to make all I think all matches like have like an important place. I wrestled with Cole last week, for example, for the NWA Women's title.
Oh wow.
So again, these moments are very important to me. It's just that it's overwhelming, and I know like the year's not over, so I know there's gonna be like more shenanigans, like good shenanigans.
Right, right. I like
Yes.
it shenanigans.
Yes.
I don't like the bad ones.
No, and I've gotten to wrestle a lot. Like I, as much as I love like character matches, because as much as the next person, I love them. I think I gotten the opportunity this year they've allowed me to bring out that that aggressor in me that's around. See, she's saying hi again.
Yes. What a sweetheart.
She was hiding. She's been hiding it, and she's come out lately, and I love her.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
aggressor version of me is insane. I was impressed with myself. Like I'm not afraid, to go, like strong style in a way.
Right, right. Well, you got to tell me, did the ladder match hurt?
So there was some like I think it hurt. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was thrown into like a suplex, but like I didn't land on my back, which was even worse. I landed on my legs. Like the I hit, and I'm like, oh no. And that was just like at the beginning of the match. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? And then they used the ladder to choke me out on it as well. So again, shenanigans.
Hey, when you're going through that though, you had your first bump where you're thinking, oh my gosh, right? Your legs.
I was like, I'm like, I remember when the first bump with the ladder was I ran to try to like splash, and then I ended up splashing myself. I was like, why did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Like that was the first thing. I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? Like, why am I like this? But then as it went on, I was like, okay, I can make some cool moments on my own. And I did. And then again, shenanigans.
Was there a moment though in that match where you're thinking, man, you know, I'm I'm hoping this thing will end soon, and then you got a switch somewhere along the line where you think, hey, I can probably go another 10 minutes.
I wish there would have been because like the thing with that match, I was really sick. I was so upset. I was so sick. I had like a big cold that week, and I'm like, and like I wasn't dead on it, but like there was a part of me that was afraid that I was not gonna be able to like wrestle at my full potential, which it ended up happening, which is very infuriating as well. Like for me, I get mad at myself a lot. But I still did it regardless because I was not backing down from the fight.
Yeah. Well, good, good. And you got over your cold eventually, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're coming down to the wire. How is the brownie exploitation coming along? How you doing on your brownie baking?
Horrible. Like the only one that has worked so far was the one that I did with cottage cheese. I want to try the one with pumpkin puree because that's the one that allegedly they say it's good, but I'm not a baker. I don't even know. Like I'm meal prepping now, but I have to make like the easiest like cooking things because I suck. I am not like I'm gonna say an out of pocket comment right now. Like you know how they say like women's like places in the kitchen. No, it's not for me. Kitchen is not for me. Like no, it ain't. Like there's just some people that are better. Like regardless of gender. Like, and I respect anyone that can cook. I am just surviving. Like I am the epitome of the college student that survived off of ramen
Oh.
and like a little egg to make it like fancy in the microwave. That's it. Like,
Well, the egg was probably the only thing keeping you alive because it wasn't the ramen.
there was the egg. It was definitely the egg.
Yep, it was definitely the egg.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure. Hey, if someone is listening to this and they say, "Oh, I want to to know a little more about Nahir Robles," how do they do that?
So they could contact me through Facebook or Instagram or well, X. I always forget that it's X now. I always go straight out to say Twitter, and I'm like, why am I like this? You can contact me there. You could Google my name, not Google, like put in the search bar my name. I should pop up eventually. Um, and I'm very responsive. Like it's I've always done the undiagnosed ADHD. That sometimes if I don't answer like on the like, just message me again because I will see it and I will respond.
All right. All right. Well, again, it's always a good pleasure. Have a great rest of your 2025 and have a great 2026.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. You're listening to the Wrestleville podcast, where the wrestling fans